Alright guys, here's our project for today. I have this Alto-Shaam oven here, and the screen will not calibrate. I'll show you here in a second. The way you calibrate these is first you turn it off, hold your finger right over the center, and then when you turn it back on, it'll go to that screen, press the field, press this one, press this one, press this one, and it should be calibrated. It's calibrated, but for some reason it doesn't stay calibrated. So after speaking to the manufacturer, what we're going to do is we're going to install a new overlay kit. So we're going to get rid of this entire control panel, and we're going to install the new kit. Now I brought it out in my work van for a couple reasons. One, because during the process of installing this new overlay kit, we got to cut out some notches behind this glass in the, I guess it's the stainless steel chassis that this interlay mounts to. So I have to cut out some notches, and it's just easier for me to do that out here rather than next to all their food and everything. It's much safer that way. Plus, if I bring it out here, I can make a little video on it, try to help out some of the guys that might be getting into this. I haven't done a whole heck of a lot of these, so I will be referencing the instructions just as any responsible adult should be doing. So we're going to be going through these instructions step by step, because this is a somewhat of a sensitive process, I'm told, and everything has to be lined up correctly and done in a specific order, or you could wind up causing more damage than good. So that's what we're going to do. So first things first, I'm going to pull the top off, take these screws out of the top, and then we are going to unmount our power switch and our flash drive connection. Here's a quick view at the top. This power switch right here we're going to disconnect. I already took pictures of all these wires, but I'm also going to make a quick little wiring diagram just in case. There's our control board, and we'll be swapping that out. There's our USB flash drive port. All we got to do is disconnect that and then pop this port out. As you can tell, I got my power switch removed. My USB port has been removed. This one has just got a little twist style nut on there that you remove, and it comes right out. So according to our directions, the next thing we need to do is remove the old overlay, which is basically just this sort of adhesive decal that's on here slash touchscreen interlay. So I'm going to pull that off, and we want to get it off and get as much of this old adhesive off as possible. So because we're going to be putting a new one on there, and it of course has to stick to it. So let's see how this one comes up. Yeah, so I might be getting a razor blade on this, scraping it off. Yeah, see right down here, somewhere in here is where we're going to be making a new notch. So we'll get that pulled off, get this all cleaned up, and then we'll bring out the template to make our new notch right in there. As you can tell, I got my old overlay off. I got a lot of the adhesive cleaned up. I'm going to go through with my razor blade and see if I can scrape up a little bit more of this adhesive, but it's pretty darn clean. It's clean enough to put a new overlay on there without any sort of issue. So our next step is remove our buzzer and disconnect the 5 cables from our old interface board, which I've already done. Here's our buzzer. We got the 5 cables off here. This is our old interface board. We'll just set that aside. So our next step is to put our template on the front panel, because we need to make a little mark where we're going to have to notch out the part where our ribbon cable is going to go through for our new interface. So right here, this is our template. Obviously I have it held in place with my little hand clamp there, and this is the little notch that we need to mark and cut out. Now I think what I'm going to do, instead of marking that, I'm just going to leave this template on there, and then I'm going to just cut it with the template in place. because that seems like it's going to be easier for me anyway. So let me put the phone down and I will handle that. Now right here is my new interface board. I got it mounted up to its new mounts, I suppose. So that's all ready to go. Now, next step in our instructions is to put on our new protective covering, new overlay, and they stress the importance of properly aligning everything. So I have it just kind of dry fitted on there, and what I think I'm going to do is leave it on there and then pull off like one side of the adhesive, let that stick, and then I'll peel this up and pull off the other side just to make sure it stays in proper alignment. So I'm gonna need 2 hands for that though, guys, so I'm gonna have to put this camera down, and since I'm filming outside in my van, there's really no good place to put my camera to kind of show you guys this step, but I'm gonna try. Just gonna take this adhesive backing off here so I can try to get it on there, but man, this stuff is difficult. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I'm just going to pull half of it off here so I can better align it without having to go with full sticker right away. All right, new overlay is on here. It's looking good. Now we just need to get our new interface board connected, and we'll power it up, and then we'll just have to update the software. All right, guys. My rocker switch, my power switch is back in place. Interface board is in and on. There's our USB. I am currently going through the software updating process. My USB right there. Now, when you do go through and complete one of these repairs and you have to update the software, it's very important, apparently, according to tech support, that you format that flash drive before you download the update onto it. And all they did for me is they just emailed me the update and I just downloaded it when I was at home. So it should take another few minutes, and then what we'll do is we'll power it back off and just make sure that the screen is calibrated. Then we'll roll it back inside, set it in place, and get out of here. Alright guys, we are all set here. As you can tell by the screen, it's up and running. It's been recalibrated, software has been updated. So I'm going to throw this thing back on my cart, wheel it inside, and let them get back to doing whatever they do with it, alright? So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for me, guys, and I will see you on the next one, alright?